So every year after I finish Vlogmas, I remember how much I enjoy doing YouTube. Ignore that. I'll fix it. And that's better. Now all you can see is the horrendous stacks of books around my room. So I thought I'd get back into it, and I thought that the first video I would do, because, you know, this was always a book channel, and we're still gonna do book stuff, but I want to do more crafting things too, because I really enjoy crafting. Is books I wanted to read this year and didn't. Obviously, from what you can see in this mirror, there's a lot. And those are just books that I bought this year, so we're not going to do that video. But I'm going to talk about the books that I planned on reading this year and didn't. The first thing to talk about is the stack that I use as a tripod in my room, which is books in series that I'd like to continue. It's where I got my Clive. It's where I got my Clancy. It's where I got my Lee Child and my Cozy Mysteries. That stack has not been touched. So there's that. Which will bring us into our second, shall we say. It's these books. And these are Canada Reads books. In fact, 4 of the shortlist books. So Jenny's Boy, A Two-Spirit Journey, Watch Out for Her, and Etta and Otto and Russell and James, as well as one from the long list, The Other Valley, which I did start. I actually read the first chapter of that, and it was really good. And yeah, I was in school and I just didn't have time, so I want to read those this year. One of the goals I had set for myself was to read the books that I got for Christmas before Christmas. Another 4 books that I didn't get to. So we have In the Winter, I Get Up at Night, which I think is actually going to be my next read, because I think that this is a good time of year for it. Plum Island, which my brother gave me. The Third Wife of Faraday House, which my best friend gave me. And Hollow Kingdom, which my brother gave me and my mother. And I haven't read, and therefore she hasn't read. So I'd like to read those this year. I have a book that I got for my birthday, which I want to read. I mean, like, technically I still have 5 months left to read this, before my birthday comes around again. And that is The City of the Nightbirds. So that will go in that pile, and my best friend Amanda gave that to me. I have a whole stack here which just continues to accumulate of different things. Some of it is things I borrowed, like this one. Some of it is books that I did for another thing and do want to read. So that stack is always a goal, but within that stack we have other books. I have 2 pages of my book club books that I haven't read: Thirst by Marina Yuzekic and Fear a Dream by Samantha Schwerbinlin. So I'd like to read both of those. I have a book club book, That Lost, which is Cormac McCarthy's Blood Meridian. I'd like to get to that. Hold on. We had a suggestive reading night this year at book club, and Curiosities by Anne Fleming won, so I should read that. And then the book club with my 2 friends, we picked up This Stays Between Us by Sarah Ox. We were supposed to read that this summer and we haven't, so I'm just waiting for them to let me know when we want to start it. But that's 5 book club books that I want to read this year. The next category is we'll call Dan Brown, because it's literally just 4 Dan Brown books. We got Inferno, The Lost Symbol, and Secret of Secrets. I think that's it. I think that's it for Dan Brown. Earlier this year I started a video, which I haven't yet posted, which I will post in the new year, where I read The Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons in preparation for reading The Secret of Secrets. And then I realized that I didn't own these 2. I knew I didn't own one of them, but I didn't know I didn't own 2 of them. So I'd like to read those. I'd like to finish those, and do a blog for them, obviously. I just have so many stacks going on. 2 recommendations from friends. Murder of Mr. Wickham. It's been on my TBR for several years. I've owned it also for several years. And Pirate Latitudes. I actually started this before I went to Vietnam, then decided I wasn't going to bring any physical books with me and only bring my e-reader. And I read 70 pages. Oh, sorry. I read 50 pages. I read to chapter 7. So I'd like to finish this. And I'd like to read this. I think perhaps that they will go up here in this stack. That seems right for them. So that's another group of 5 books. I think I have one more group of 5 books. Just give me one moment. I knew I missed one Dan Brown. It was Origin. So the final group of 5 books is new releases that I pre-ordered and didn't read this year. So the first is Tea with Jam and Dread by Vicky Delaney. Notoriously, the series is a camping favorite. Didn't have it in time for camping this year, I don't think. Something happened. Anyways, I didn't bring a camper with me. Detective Auntie by Uzma. I forgot how to pronounce her last name. I know it. It's up there somewhere. I read her new Christmas book this year, but I didn't read Detective Auntie. A Most Puzzling Murder. Was very excited for this. Didn't pick it up. Susan Juby, Contemplation of a Crime. Another camping favorite. Did not read. And Everybody Wants to Rule the World Except Me by Django Wexler. I'm very excited for this. And I haven't read it. So, if you're counting at home, that is 25 books that I didn't read this year that I'd like to read. Would have liked to read and will like to read in the coming year. I'd like to say something here like my book buying will be under control. I won't have to make this video next year, but we all know that's a lie, because as soon as Canon Read hits, I'm going to be addicted to the library again, which was a huge problem this year. That's why that shelf still looks like that, because I read so many books from the library. I love my library. I love supporting my library, but that shelf got to get emptied by me reading them. To be very clear, we are not getting rid of any of those books. We are going to read them. But yeah, those were the books that I would have liked to have read. And there's other books in there that I would like to read too. But these are the ones that haunt me at night when I'm trying to get to sleep. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. I guess I did. I have to put these books back now. So, sometime I'll talk about the books I read in December. And I'll talk about my favorite books that I read this year. And I'll talk about my reading goals, maybe. And some crafting goals, too. And, yeah, that's the plan. So, I'll see you soon in a new video.